Welcome to Clay Play. My name is Emily and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a mushroom ornament. So from your Clay Play kit you will need about 250 grams of clay and sponge, wooden tool, needle tool, and then you'll also need to go and get a rolling pin, a little bit of water and a couple of stencils. So I've got a cookie cutter here, but this is probably a tad bit too big, but what I find perfect is this little tiny playing coin. So anything circular that you can cut around to make a small little circle like this. So to get started, we just need to pull off a piece of clay and we're going to make the stems of our mushroom. So I'm just going to squeeze it here and make it a bit of a sausage. These don't have to be perfect. You want to kind of replicate a mushroom in nature where it is a little bit organic, I guess. So, but the main thing here is you want to make a good solid platform for it to sit on. So just give it a few taps. And then just squeeze it up. If you want to roll it out a little bit, just roll one way. And then just smooth. So again, a really nice wide base if they're going to sit there by themselves. If you'd like to put them into dirt or something like that, you can go ahead and put a hole right down the middle and make sure you make it wider than the intended purpose. So as it dries, it will shrink, your hole will shrink, so you want to make sure you make it bigger than you had hoped for. Smooth that off. So then later on, you'll be able to put a piece of wire up there or a toothpick or something like that and ground it into some soil. Next, we're going to roll out a really thin slab so that we can cut out some circles for the frills of our mushrooms. Okay, so what I like to do before I attach the frill part to my mushroom is I just like to tidy up the edges. So all I'm going to do is go through and just pinch the edge just so it rolls over and smooths. And by doing that, you're going to create a bit of a domed effect and add some decoration in here. So you're doing it with your needle tool or your wooden tool. Wooden tool, sometimes it can be a little bit thick, so you just have to be careful with that. And then just creating a little bit of a hole in the center. Okay, from here you do want to just add a little bit of water to this little frill and then push down. You just want to do this process slowly because you don't want any cracks to appear as you go. As it naturally bends, that's okay. We're looking for that bit of a wobbled look anyway. Okay, so now that we have got our three little frills on, we're going to move into making the tops of our mushrooms. So you can actually reuse this clay and just want to roll in a little ball. And at this stage, you kind of want to make these all a little bit of a different shape if you want to, and then just creating a bit of a cap at the top by just squeezing and rotating as you go. And then with your other thumb, just pushing down just to make a bit of an indentation. So you don't want it too much deeper than that. This is going to be the bottom. But from here you can make it a bit wider or you could elongate it. Up to you. Okay, now that we have got our little heads, you can go ahead and again add in some of that detail at the bottom. And then when you're going to attach, you really need to rough up the inside there. Get a bit of water in there. Even once I've added in a bit of water, I rough it up some more. You can go ahead and make a slip if you like here as well. But what I like to do is make a little bit of an indentation anyway, so that the stem can really stick into the head of the mushroom. Okay, so, and then again, just rough up that stem, bit more water, and just place it on top, and then we're just going to leave that to dry. Okay, so there you go. We are just going to leave these little guys to dry now. Give them a good 4 or 5 hours to dry, and then you can come in with a wet sponge and just smooth out any little marks or imperfections. So here we have our finished mushrooms and toadstools. They have been painted with an acrylic paint, 2 coats, and then I've just added an acrylic sealant on top just to give it that glossy look and to make it a little bit more durable and water resistant. You will remember that at the beginning when we were making our mushrooms, we did put a hole in the bottom, and that was so that we could secure them into like a pot plant or something like that, but also they can stand by themselves. With these little guys, all I've done is I've taken a toothpick and popped it up inside to be able to dig that down into the dirt. Obviously over time that will degrade, but so if you're wanting to make it a little bit more durable, you can just put in a little bit of wire and that will do the same trick. But there you have it, our little mushrooms and toadstools.